Right now, there might be a song playing in your head. You didn't choose it, you didn't press play. It just started, and it's not the whole song. It's one little piece. The same few seconds, over and over. You try to think about something else. It comes back. You try to ignore it. It gets louder. And here's the worst part. It's often a song you don't even like. Some silly jingle. A chorus you'd never choose. Stuck on a loop in your own mind. So, what is going on in there? Why can your brain grab a song and refuse to let it go? This actually has a name. Scientists call it an earworm, a song that crawls into your head and lives there for a while. And it is not rare. It is not weird. It is not just you. In studies, around 90% of people say it happens to them at least once a week. Some people get it several times a day. Almost everyone on this whole planet has had a song stuck in their head. Which is strange when you think about it. Your brain forgets where you put your keys. It forgets people's names 2 seconds after you hear them. But a song you don't like, it will hold on to for hours. So, the first question is simple. Why songs? Why does music get stuck and not, say, a math problem? The answer starts with how music is built. Music repeats. The same beat. The same chorus. Again and again. That repetition makes a song easy to remember. It's basically training your brain to play it back. But repetition alone isn't enough. Lots of songs repeat, and most of them never get stuck. So researchers went looking for the difference. In one big study, scientists asked thousands of people to name the songs that got stuck in their heads the most. Then they compared those songs to ones that never got stuck. And the sticky songs had a pattern. They were usually faster, upbeat, easy to hum. They had a simple, smooth melody, the kind your voice can follow without trying. But there was one more thing, and it's the clever part. The stickiest songs had a little surprise hidden inside them, a note that jumps higher than you expect, a turn in the tune that breaks the pattern, something just unusual enough to make your brain go, wait, what was that? So, the perfect earworm is a strange mix, simple enough to follow, surprising enough to catch you, easy to sing, impossible to predict. That little hook is the part that snags, like a thread catching on a nail. And here's the unsettling part. Some people know exactly how to build that hook. Songwriters call it the hook for a reason. It's the bit designed to catch you and not let go. A pop song will repeat that hook again and again, on purpose, until it's stuck in you. Advertisers learned this a long time ago. A jingle is a tiny song, built in a lab for one job: to live in your head and not leave. Think of a fast food jingle you can still sing. You never tried to learn it. It just moved in years ago and never paid rent. So part of what's happening is simple. A lot of the music around you is engineered to stick. It's catchy on purpose. You're not catching these songs by accident. They were aimed at you, and none of this is new. Roughly 150 years ago, Mark Twain wrote a whole story about this exact feeling. In it, a man reads a silly rhyme about punching tickets on a tram, just a few bouncy lines, and the rhyme takes over his mind. He can't work, he can't sleep. He walks around with it pounding in his head. The way he finally escapes is dark. He recites the rhyme, out loud, to a friend. The friend catches it. The man goes free. Twain was joking, mostly, but he'd spotted something real. A tune can act like a tiny infection, hopping from one head to the next. You've done this yourself. You hum a song near someone, and an hour later, they're humming it too. So sticky music spreads like a cold, and it's been driving people crazy since long before headphones existed. But that's only half the story, because it explains which songs get stuck. It doesn't explain why your brain keeps replaying them long after the music stops. So, scientists tried something sneaky. They put people in a brain scanner and played them songs they knew well. Then, without warning, they cut the sound. A gap of pure silence, right in the middle of the song. And the hearing part of the brain didn't stop. It kept working through the silence. The brain was filling in the missing piece. People even said they could hear the song in a silent room. So, a song in your head isn't a vague memory. We think your brain runs it on roughly the same machinery it uses for real sound, a private concert, real equipment, an audience of one. Which raises a new question. Why does the concert keep repeating the same few seconds? And this is where it gets interesting. Because there's a clue in what actually loops. It's almost never the whole song. It's a fragment, a piece, usually just a few seconds, right around the catchiest part. It plays, it ends, it starts again. Plays, ends, starts again. Why a piece? Why not the whole thing? One leading idea borrows from a famous discovery about the human mind. Almost 100 years ago, a researcher noticed something about waiters. A waiter could remember a complicated order perfectly, but only until the food was served. The moment the bill was paid, the order vanished from memory. The job was finished, so the brain let it go. This became known as the Zeigarnik effect. The idea is this: your brain hates leaving things unfinished. An open task nags at you. A closed one disappears. You've felt this. A half-written message. A movie you stopped near the end. A question with no answer. The unfinished thing that keeps tapping you on the shoulder. And a song fragment might be the ultimate unfinished thing. It starts. It builds toward the next part. And then it loops back before it ever ends. So your brain keeps replaying it, trying to close the loop, trying to finish the song, but it never reaches the finish line. So it starts over and over. Now, I want to be honest with you. Scientists aren't fully sure this is the whole story. When they tested it, the results were mixed. The mind is hard to pin down. But the picture fits something we all feel. The song that's stuck is almost always incomplete, a loop your brain is desperate to close and can't. So that's the song. Now, when does the worm strike? Because earworms don't attack at random, they have a favorite moment. Part of it is obvious. You're more likely to get stuck on a song you heard recently. Hear a chorus 3 times in a day, and your brain has it loaded and ready. Sometimes you don't even need the music, just the title. Or someone saying a single word from the song. That's all it takes. A tiny spark, and the loop lights up. Stress can trigger one too. So, can a strong memory tied to a song from an old summer, a tune you danced to once? The brain files music right next to feeling. But the biggest trigger is the surprising one. It's when your mind has nothing to do. In the shower, on a long walk, washing the dishes, lying in bed. Those quiet, empty, boring moments. Think about what your brain is doing then. Almost nothing, it's idle, and an idle brain doesn't like silence, so it reaches for something easy to play. And a catchy song is the easiest thing there is. It's like a jukebox that turns itself on the second the room goes quiet. This is why earworms love boredom. A busy mind has no room for them. An empty mind is an open stage, which finally brings us to the question you actually came here for. How do you make it stop? Here's the first rule. Don't fight it, because trying hard not to think about something is the surest way to think about it. There's a famous experiment on this. Decades ago, a psychologist gave people one simple job. For a few minutes, do not think about a white bear. They couldn't do it. The bear kept walking back in. For many of them, roughly once a minute. And there was a twist. When they were later allowed to think about the bear, it came flooding back even harder. Pushing a thought down seems to wind it up, like pressing a spring. Now, apply that to your song. Every time you check, is it still there? You have to play a tiny bit of it. So the fight feeds the loop. You're rehearsing the very thing you're trying to delete, which means the tricks that actually work are sneakier. They don't attack the song. They go around it. For most people, the loop fades on its own in a few minutes or hours. But when it won't, scientists have found a few tricks that really work. And they're a little strange. The first one sounds like a joke. Chew gum. Researchers in England tested this. They got a song stuck in people's heads, then had some of them chew gum. The gum chewers got fewer earworms, and the song bothered them less. Here's why it works. To hear a song in your head, your brain quietly uses the same machinery you use to speak. Your tongue, your jaw, the little movements behind silent words. When you chew, you tie up that machinery. Your brain can't play the song because the equipment is busy. You have a kind of inner voice, the one you hear when you read silently. That same voice is what hums the song. Chewing keeps that voice occupied. With the singer busy chewing, the song can't play. You're literally chewing the music out of your head. The second trick is the opposite of giving up. It's leaning in. If the loop is a song that never finishes, then finish it. Play the whole song, start to end. Let it reach the last note. For some people, hearing it complete closes the loop. The brain gets its ending, and it lets go. It doesn't work for everyone, but it's worth a try. And the third trick is the most useful because it reveals the real secret. Remember, Earworms thrive when your brain is idle, so the fix is to give it a job. But not just any job. This is the part people get wrong. A task that's too easy won't work. Your mind still has room, and the song slips right back in. A task that's too hard won't work either. You give up, your mind wanders, and the song returns. What works is something in the middle, a task that's just demanding enough. In the studies, things like solving anagrams worked well. You know, unscrambling letters into a word. A good book, a puzzle, a conversation you have to focus on. Hard enough to fill your mind. Easy enough to stay with. That's the sweet spot that pushes the song out. So, look at what all three tricks have in common. Chewing blocks the voice that plays the tune. Finishing the song closes the open loop. A good puzzle fills the empty stage. Each one is just a way of taking back the space the song was using. And that's the real answer to this whole strange thing. An earworm was never a glitch. It's not your brain breaking. It's your brain doing what it always does. Grabbing the catchiest pattern it knows and replaying it in the quiet. Music is just so good at being catchy that it wins. Every time. So the next time a song starts looping in your head, uninvited, remember what it really is. It's not the song that's stuck. It's your mind looking for something to do. And it just reached for the most singable thing it could find. So give it a better job, chew a little gum, or just let the song play to the end. And maybe, for a moment, enjoy the free concert. Your brain only does it because somewhere in there, it loves a good tune. Even the ones you'd never choose.